it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from.
It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Hurts. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Terry McTire. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And right away, whistles with a flag down. And I believe we'll start tonight with a 1st and 15. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Again, this is Kamara. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Nelson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 15 yards.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And there's Michael Thomas. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
On the carry.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, Nelson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. Lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
On On second down, a run with Lindsey. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Down.
They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll find Lindsey here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the table and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Kamara on on the handoff.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Operating from the gun, Nelson. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Saints 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from a guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse. And we've seen rookie quarterbacks ride great runners right into the playoffs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
It's 2nd down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Harris returning. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
2-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Nelson. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Nelson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
48-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Flushed out right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Lindsey. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Philip Lindsey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have moved out in front. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Eagles 21, Saints 14. Jake Elliott.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say,
and it's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process, and really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Nelson. He rifles one. It's intercepted. Picked up there at the 32. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Marcus Davenport able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
It's 2nd down.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and it's third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Out of the gun now on third down. Flush to his right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. They actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken at around the 40. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his right. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions, because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there, and in a big way.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Saints' 31-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Saints' 18-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Nelson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 65 yards.
At the 7-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. Now Nelson to throw on 2nd down. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end end zone for the Saints touchdown. Josh Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints get a bit closer. Wants to try to add the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Eagles 31, Saints 21.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the...
Well, now Lindsey lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
That one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
On first down, Franks, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Eagles 31, Saints 28.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. another shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Nelson. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 19-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. A busy night continues for Kamara. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. Back to throw. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Oh, and so another interception.
interceptions, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. Is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight. And this one is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
2nd and 9.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Give to Kamara running right, and they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz.
For the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't one to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on it, they'd be up in the 300s right there.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for New Orleans, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
She-Rag got me.
Hit one and be so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know, the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know, the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no, I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. It changed name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. Okay. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith. Sometimes you need to know your worth. Sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of bait. You can't negotiate with Drake. You gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage with the mainframe. Loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv.